Hi, this is Nina Amir, Inspiration to Creation Coach and best-selling author of the Author Training Manual and How to Blog a Book. I am also the founder of National Nonfiction Writing Month, which is also known as the Write Nonfiction in November Challenge. I'd like to talk a little bit about why anyone would want to do a writing challenge. Why would anybody want to write a book in a month? And why would you want to write a nonfiction book in a month? Well, everybody's out there talking about NaNoWriMo this and NaNoWriMo that, right? They're all writing novels in a month. Well, why would they want to do that? Why would you want to write 50,000 word novel in a month? Especially since a lot of them talk about it just being, a vomit draft, right? They're just writing as fast as they can and just getting it down on paper. That's it. And they deal with the mess later. They just want to get it down. But that really is the point. The point is to get your manuscript done, whether it's, and for National Novel Writing Month, the Write Nonfiction in November Challenge, what you want to do is you want to get your nonfiction book drafted out, written, right, the first draft. Or you may want to blog a book. Or you may want to write an article, or you may want to write an essay or a manifesto, any number of things that you could write that are nonfiction. A white paper, there's so many things you could write that are nonfiction. And the reason that you want to do it is to get it done. So many of us procrastinate, and we find it hard to meet deadlines if we don't have one. So, if they're not firm. So we may say, I'm going to get it done this month, but there's nothing that makes us get it done this month. We give ourselves this deadline, but it's sort of not firm. It's not like if an editor gives us a deadline, right? Or we have a contract. Then we have a deadline and we have to meet it. But what a November challenge does for you is it gives you that deadline. And you know that there are lots of other people who are meeting that deadline. So you have the energy of the group. And maybe you're not with the group physically, but you can be with the group online. So for instance, National Nonfiction Writing Month has a Facebook group and or a Facebook page, and you can go there and you can chat. And you can go to the blog, writenonfictionnow.com, and you can comment on the blog posts, 30 blog posts, one every day for the whole month to teach you all about writing and publishing. Nonfiction, about the craft of nonfiction, about marketing nonfiction, and about building a business around your nonfiction book, and tons of information. So every day you could go there and you can comment. Plus, if you register for the event, you can enter the forum and you can converse there with other people, and you might even be able to find some people who do live in your area, and you could get together with them. And you could meet at a coffee shop, and you could do an event. You could do writing every week together, or a couple times a week. You could do writing sprints. You could talk about your work. You could do all kinds of things so that you get actual physical support, that you get to be with people. But if you can't do that, you can have the physical, not the physical, but the support of the group by joining the Facebook page and joining the forum and all those sorts of things. So what the event does is it gives you that challenge, that personal challenge. It gives you a deadline. It gives you the energy of the group. And it's that sense of, okay, I gave myself a challenge. It's like saying I'm going to run a marathon. Well, this is a 30-day marathon. You're going to start and finish something in 30 days. Now, like I said, it could be an article. It could be a book. It could be your manifesto. Maybe you choose to write a bunch of query letters, 30 query letters. Or you choose to write your blog posts, to get 30 blog posts written this month. Whatever it is, but start and finish. And nobody counts your words. This is a personal challenge, right? You're accountable for yourself, but you get to actually see if you can't get this accomplished. And if you can, then you know that you can do it month after month after month. And if you feel like you need some support, some help, you can always join me in my high performance writer course, where I'll be supporting some other writers, some of the writers who are taking place in the WinFin Challenge. to help them learn high performance habits and mindsets so that they can meet the challenge of the month and do it over and over again. So I think that, that a November challenge is a wonderful thing. I want to just mention why I started this particular challenge, the nonfiction challenge, right? The nonfiction counterpart to NaNoWriMo. You know, we call it NaNonfiRIMO. A little hard to say. Most people like WinFin Challenge better. But so why did I start it? I actually am a nonfiction specialist. You know, I started out in the publishing industry as a book editor and always did nonfiction because my degree's in magazine journalism. So that's how I got my start. But one year I decided to take a break and to write a novel in a month during NaNoWriMo. And the reason for that was because as a child I really thought, you know, as a teen, I thought that I would write novels. So I thought I would try my hand at it. And so I joined up, you know, I signed up for NaNoWriMo, and I did. I wrote, I won. You know, I wrote 50,000 words, and I completed a manuscript. And I polished it up a little bit, and I actually took it to the San Francisco Writers Conference, and that year I won the pitch contest. And quite a number of agents wanted it. But I've been writing nonfiction for so long that while my concept was good, my storyline was good, the book itself needs a little bit of help, so I still need to edit that book before it gets published. Anyway, so it was a really good experience for me to see that I could come up with a good idea and I could get 50,000 words written in a month. So after that, the next year came around and I thought, you know, what is it that the nonfiction writers do in November? And I went back to NaNoWriMo, to the site, and I noticed that there were Nano Rebels. But I didn't want to be a rebel. I wanted to, you know, kind of come out of the closet and write nonfiction. And so that was why I started the Write Nonfiction in November challenge. And later, after a year or two, began calling it National Nonfiction Writing Month so that it went along with the National Novel Writing Month idea. And, you know, I also run, in April, I run National Book Blogging Month, which is to blog a book in a month. So you can find that over at howtoblogAbook.com when April comes around. Anyway, so that was why I got started, and it's grown, and I have the educational element of the blog posts from usually about 25 different or more different experts, nonfiction experts, from literary agents to acquisitions editors to book designers to blogging experts, podcasting experts, all kinds of people, book marketing experts. So join me. Join me for Write Nonfiction in November. Join me for the National Nonfiction Writing Month and get your book written or get your article written. Start and finish a work of nonfiction in a month. Won't you feel great if you do? How would it transform your life if you did that? Why don't you find out? Go to www.writenonfictioninnovember.com or winfin.com. and find out how to register. Thanks so much. This is Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach.